Hi, Capstone students. How are you? This is our very first news and notes video. I will do these usually every Monday or sometimes as early as Sunday afternoon to get you ready for the upcoming module for the week. Sorry about the delay on this particular one. So I'm going to go ahead and start here at the faculty contact page. I just wanted to make you aware that I have given you my cell phone. It is an Iowa number, but I do live in Colorado Springs. And then my office hours are listed as Tuesday, 7 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, even though I live in Mountain Standard Time. And then Sunday, 3 to 5 Central Standard Time. And again, I live in Mountain Standard Time, but I wanted to go ahead and make those office hours match where most of our students are coming from. I do check my email every day, but not all day. So if it's something very, very important that you need a quick response, go ahead and text my cell, which I've given you right there. You're welcome to phone me during office hours. You can set up an appointment. We can make a call. We can talk during that time. If that's better, we can talk during a different time, but that is by appointment only. And I can do a Zoom or a phone call. But these two particular times are just open. So feel free to give me a call during those times or send me a link for a Zoom. Excellent. Okay, so let's go over to content. Some things I want to make you aware of, super duper important in order to be successful in Capstone. If you had a friend that took Capstone maybe over a year ago, I want to make you aware that the course has changed in a couple of very important ways, which we have realized have helped our students be ultra successful. So these are great fixes. First thing you'll notice is it's all set up by weeks instead of modules. Oops, got to fix that. And it goes all the way down to week 16. What I want to make you aware of is that there are things that are due every week in order to keep you accountable and on task to finish. Now, that doesn't mean that if you're having a week where you aren't able to get things accomplished, that those things are late or receive any kind of points off. They don't. So you can, in fact, get behind and still successfully complete your capstone project. We don't recommend it. And if you do get behind, I will reach out to you just in an effort to help you get on track. But what we found is that students finish earlier than 16 weeks, which is fantastic. If you're in that position in your life where you'd like to, just kind of move along at a faster pace and finish earlier. So we have many students that finish in week 12. The earliest I've ever seen a student finish, I want to say might be week 12 or week 11. And they really hustled. So don't feel like you have to finish early. You have all of this time to get things done. The other thing I want you to notice is this week, it's super important to look at the resources tab. And I will not go through it step by step, but please do not skip this tab. It is so important. It has so many good things. It has examples of capstone papers and a sample APA paper, which we are absolute sticklers about APA in this particular course. So that's really important. For those of you where writing is not your strength, or if you've never written an academic paper of this magnitude, then we just want to make you aware that there are professional editors who can be hired. This is optional. You do not have to hire a professional editor. However, it is not optional to have an editor. You really need to have somebody else who has written a master's level thesis or capstone, or even a doctoral dissertation, or they are really, really great at APA and they're also sticklers about all things grammar. That is going to be your second reader. That is really going to help you clean it up. If I feel like you need more support, I will reach out to you and let you know. But I'm promising you that if you find that person in your life who can be helpful, it will make the whole thing much, much faster. I am not the editor of your work, so I will not fix mistakes. What normally will happen is in the introduction, I will show where some of the errors are, things that are, proofreading kinds of issues. And I will point them out and I will let you know that so you can just kind of see what I'm seeing. But after that point, I will approve assignments and let you know that you have met the criteria for the assignment. But that doesn't mean that I've edited it or checked it and it's perfect. That's not the case. My position is not to check for written perfection and error-free work. That is something that you will do with the help of your editor. So at the end, what normally happens is your sections have all been approved, but they have to really be cleaned up at the end. So just be aware of that and look ahead. And I mentioned that about 100 more times in the course. But anyway, we've got some professional editors here. These are local editors. We also have statistical helpers who can help you with your stats, doing your tables, charts, graphs, running your statistical analysis. If that's something that you need help with, you can reach out to these particular people. Also, a stats teacher at a high school can be amazingly helpful. There is also a professional service that we've just recently added, and this is listed here. She is more expensive than the others. However, she has done a really nice job with our students. And again, this is optional. You do not need to pay someone to do this work for you. We're just making things available. And then as you just keep going, all of these things are so incredibly helpful for you as a writer. So spend a lot of time looking through these things this week, especially that when you have the time. But know that you can also go back to these things over and over to get particular help. Okay? All right, so let's go back to the content and we're going to go to week 1. And this is just reminding you that the grade is a pass-fail. And so you might have to submit an assignment multiple times. So what we do is we give an assignment a 0 if it needs to be edited. That way you're going to see the feedback that the professor gave you, that I gave you. And then once you submit it and it's accepted, I will give it a 1. And so as long as your assignment has a 1, it has met the criteria of that particular section and you can continue moving forward. Okay, so you have an introduction discussion, which it looks like all of you have completed, or nearly all of you. You will complete the graduation application. If you haven't done that so already, go ahead and do it, and you'll upload something to me to show me that you've done that. And then the last thing that you'll do this week is choose your type of capstone project. So you're going to decide if you're going to do a school improvement plan or action research. Now, if you're really on the fence and you're not sure what you want to do not hesitate to reach out to me and we can talk through all of your ideas. I was super excited by the ideas that I saw in the discussion board, so I'm thrilled to see what happens. But what you decide to do, to be honest, there isn't an easier or harder option. It really just depends on your interest. And so we talk a little bit about here about what those things can look like. This component document, you need to download it, print it, put it on your desktop, wallpaper your office with it. This component document is so super important. I'm going to go ahead and open it here. It tells you, like, for example, this is the components of the school improvement plan. You have a template that you're going to be using later. You'll put all the sections in the template, but this just tells you what each part of each section needs to include. It tells you exactly here some key questions to ask yourself to make sure that you have those pieces of information in here. And as you can see, it is substantial. So it just tells you everything that you're going to do. And so it's kind of like a little mini Bible guide that's going to help you. Okay. All right. So that is our week 1 work that you will complete by Sunday. Again, it's not, it's imperative that you stay close to being on track, but if you fall behind a little bit, it's completely fine. This has a self-paced sort of feel to it, but if you fall more than 2 weeks behind, I will reach out to you and find out, make sure everything's going okay. I will show you there are places where you will absolutely fall behind. When you have to turn in your annotated bibliography, these actually take much longer than just 1 week. And so because of that, you will fall a little bit behind. But then there's weeks down here where you're going to catch up, where you can do 2 modules in a week easily. The thing I need you to understand is that you have to have a 1 on an assignment in order to move to the next assignment. So if you're in Module 8 and you do this particular assignment, 8.1, in order to move on to Module 9, you have to have a 1 on 8.1. So don't try to bulk up on a bunch of assignments. You need to wait for me to grade those particular things. So for example, here, you have to get a 1 on your graduation application to move on to 1.3 and choose the type of capstone project. And at this point, you're just letting me know which type you're going to use. You don't have to have your exact topic, so you can be very vague at this point because you're going to be doing some research on it. Okay, I hope that that makes sense. Don't worry if you forget this and you make a mistake and maybe submit a couple things. I'll just reach out to you and let you know it's not a problem at all. Please remember that I pray for you. Constantly, your success is the most important thing, and I really want you to finish. My only students who do not finish basically they give up. So if you don't give up and you stick with me and you reach out to me if you're feeling stressed out, you reach out to me if you're confused, I promise you, if you put in the work, we will get there. That is just the way it is. I've seen so many students who thought they couldn't do it, do in beautiful projects and amazing things. So thank you so much. Have a fantastic week and reach out to me if you need anything.